Mr. President, let me say at the outset that I join in the sentiments that have been expressed by the senator from Oklahoma and our colleagues on the floor, starting with the moment of silence until this last speech, in remembering the historic American significance of September 11th. The fact that both political parties came together on the floor shows there's hope that when it comes to this nation and its values and what brings us together is a powerful force. And today it's the force of memory, the force of promise, and the force of the future of this country. I want to salute my colleagues, particularly my friend from Oklahoma, for his moving statement about families in his state touched by this tragedy. Mr. President, I'd like to change topics for just a moment to another important issue that has risen today and I believe is worthy of comment. Just a few hours ago in the White House, the President, First Lady, the Secretary of the Health and Human Services, and the Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration made an historic announcement when it came to vaping and e-cigarettes. You see, they've just finished the 2019 National Youth Tobacco Survey. What they have found that in a one-year period of time, the number of our kids who are using these vaping products and e-cigarette products has gone up from 20 million to 27.5 million. In the previous year, it had gone up 80%. It's continuing to skyrocket because it is an addiction which is so popular with children. Our kids don't know any better. They're being told by Juul and other companies that somehow this vaping is really a healthy alternative to tobacco cigarettes. That has yet to be proven. And the Food and Drug Administration challenged Juul and the other companies to come up with clinical proof of that statement before they repeat it again and again and again. But in the course of the last several years, the sale of these e-cigarettes and vaping products has mushroomed dramatically in the United States. Just ask any school principal, teacher, and many parents, and they'll tell you what's happening. Kids don't understand that these flavors that they're buying, flavor pods like unicorn milk, gummy bears, bubble gum, may sound like some sweet candy treat, but when you inhale it into your lungs, you run the risk of real damage. So far, over 450 American kids have been admitted to hospitals because of lung problems from vaping. 6 have died. These young people do not understand how risky this is. Have you walked down the street and seen somebody with a big cloud of white smoke over their head as they exhale from one of these vaping devices? They don't realize that what they're ingesting in their lungs could be deadly. The Food and Drug Administration and the Secretary of Health and Human Services made an announcement today that is significant. They have announced that the e-cigarette device and flavors that are now being sold are going to be taken off the market, out of retail stores, off of online sales. And then, come May of next year, those who want to bring these flavors back have to justify them as being consistent with being good for public health. I want to ask that the record note that Senator Murkowski and I have joined in a bill that we introduced last year, a bill which went after these flavor pods. I want to thank her. There weren't a lot of senators who were willing to step up, and she did. On a bipartisan basis, we set out to ban any of these flavor pods that were dangerous to children and couldn't be proven to be harmless. I thank her for that leadership, and I believe our legislation and our constant pressure on this administration came to this moment today where we are stepping forward. We are making it clear in the United States of America that we know that vaping targets kids. We know that these targeted kids are risking their health and their life by continuing to use e-cigarettes and vaping. And with this administration today, on a bipartisan basis, we are banning these flavor pods once and for all. We are going to try to move forward. And the last thing I'll say is this. I hope that the Surgeon General or one of the other leaders in public health in our government will step up now and notify every school principal in America to call an assembly, to gather the parents and let them know about this danger. 27.5 million kids in this country vaping today. Let's hope that they can stop and stop soon before they harm themselves. I salute the administration for its leadership on this matter. I've worked on it for quite a few years, and it's a good moment in our history that we're moving together on a bipartisan basis. I yield the floor.